Hello, true believers. Time to do another unboxing. And as you can see, it's another pair of Adidas. And here it is. Here is the box. It's a little beat up. As you can see, there's some tape in there that tried to fix it, but that's okay. What's important is what's inside. And let's take a look at what it exactly, the specs are of this. It's normally retails for 4,800 pesos. This is an Adidas Mundial Team, size US 12, UK 11.5, and it's black and white. What does that say? Football, soccer. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the unboxing. And here it is. Ta-da! These are Copa Mundial Team, and specifically turf shoes. Check it out. So why did we get this? You're probably saying, no, it's only, didn't you just get a pair of turf shoes? Yes, they were these ones over here, the X Ghosted 0.3. But they were so good that we decided to get another pair. This was 11.5, which was kind of, it was kind of compressing his toes a little bit. So we decided to go with a size 12. I know it's gonna stretch. He's only used this like 2 or 3 times. So it's gonna stretch, so his toes are gonna have a little bit more room. But like I said, we liked it so much, we decided to get another pair. And the reasons why we got another pair is because this is now size 12, so it should give him more room in his toes. And it's leather. And the best part about it is it was on sale like 30% off for like only, 70% off for only like 30 bucks. Check that out. Here, I'll show it to you. As usual, we got it from bootcamp.ph. If you look at it over here, Adidas Mundial, we gave a tip for, what is the shipping? Yeah, shipping is like 155, so altogether it's like 1,662 pesos. Gave a tip for 72 pesos because it's Christmas, but specifically it's only 1,440 pesos. Check that out. So it's less than 30 bucks. Imagine that, like less than 30 bucks for a pair of Mundial Team leather shoes here in the Philippines in your size, at size 12. So this is a 1 in a million opportunity. Number one, it's in your size, which nothing is ever in size and in stock here in the Philippines. That's number one. Number two, it's not only on sale, it's not 10% off, not 20% off, not 30% off, but 70% off. And it's leather. I'm not like an expert on leather quality, but it looks good to me, and it's Adidas, and you know it's going to last at least 1 or 2 seasons. And look at this suede leather over here, over by the toe. And look at this. This is stitched on. It's not glued on, so you know it's screaming quality and durability. Because normally the first thing that happens is this. If it's not stitched on, it's just glued on. So after 2 years, guaranteed, this glue is just gonna fall apart between the use, abuse, weather, rain, water gets in there, and humidity. But over here, look at all this stitching. Look at the double stitching right there, and there's another stitching right over here. So you know this sole is not only glued on, but stitched on to the upper. The sole is stitched onto the upper. So that's some good, durable, quality workmanship right there. And let's go into the design. Look at this classic design. It's got the regular classic 3 stripes, very old school, very OG, original gangster, for those that are not familiar with the term. And check it out. Look at that, Mundial Team. So Copa Mundial Team. Okay, and it's in a traditional black and white, and it said like a little red. So it's center lacing, as you could see, and it's got this pattern over here for the toe box. Nice soft leather, love it. Look at this suede material for the outer tip part of the toe box. Let's look at it in the medial side. And look, it's got the same 3 classic white stripes design. Love it. Not over the top, not busy. Let's go look at the back. It says here Adidas. Nicely done. It's not too busy, not too gaudy, just right. And with some red lettering over here, it says Mundial Team. Check it out. For classic, to go all out classic, you could even fold the tongue like that, and the Adidas Mundial Team label will show up properly, so you can properly read it. So when you're scoring goals and you're melting faces, they can actually read. It says Adidas Mundial Team, whether you have it like this or like this. Some people, there's no strap, as you can see, so it just kind of folds over, so you can either have that like that or like that, whichever it is that you prefer. So if you want to go old school, then you just have it folded over like that. And then here's what the inside looks like. The liner, Adidas, the brand with 3 stripes. What does it say? It's another language. So that's the insert. I'm not gonna take it out. I mean, there's not much to it. And let's get to the other best feature about it. Oh, this turf. I wish we bought these sooner. I mean, I was out of commission, but so the colors I could see now why it says red, black, white with little red lettering over here, and then boom, this Adidas logo over here, red. And look at these tiny rubber conical studs, little tiny ones. Oh, these are awesome. And Hero loves the way they feel. Number one, he loves how they're rubber, so they don't give him any stud pressure, especially now since the rainy season is over and you're talking about hard ground, not firm ground. So the regular spikes, the plastic spikes are not gonna dig in anymore to the ground, and the ground is hot. So you got like a hot foot because that plastic just transfers the heat and holds onto it, versus this rubber over here keeps the bottom of his foot insulated. So not only does it keep his feet cool, but also when he does sole rolls on the ball, he's got a nice grip on it, nice predictable. How it's because when you have the spikes, it's not the same feel. Sometimes it slips off. He doesn't get a good touch on the ball, get a good grip on the ball. But when you got these little rubber studs right here, you got like hundreds of them versus like 6 or 8 on a FG sole, then as you can see, this is a huge advantage. So I told one of the parents about it, that we switched over to turf in these conditions, because when you play football, you got to have the proper shoes for the proper pitch, for the proper conditions. And right now, it's not firm ground anymore, it's hard ground, so we transitions to this. And I told him I felt bad because that I'm giving away Hero's only advantage on the pitch here, that he's got the proper shoes for the proper conditions. And one of the parents says, oh no, Hero's got more than just his shoe advantage out there. So that was kind of funny, because I was saying, oh no, he's giving up his only advantage, and he goes, no, he's got more more than just a shoe advantage out there. Yeah, I'll admit he's got size, strength, speed, and conditioning, but we put in the hard work. You see in our videos every day that he's relentless. He always wants to get ahead, especially during this Christmas break right now. You're talking about 2 weeks of vacation where most people are eating, getting slow, getting fat, getting lazy. But as you can see over here, especially during Christmas vacation, he doesn't have any other distractions. He uses the opportunity to train and get ahead and get more ahead. So I want to make sure that with his hard training that he gets the proper gear for the proper conditions. And right now, for hard ground, you need turf ground shoes. So that's, and the best part about it is you have no excuse. You can't say, oh, it's too expensive. 30 bucks. If you don't have 30 bucks to spend on the proper shoes, and I'm not buying, this is not like a pair from Shopee where they, after like one use, it falls apart and you can say, oh, you could just, because it's disposable, it's like one-time use only. This will last you a whole season at least, especially with this stitching. So you have, there's no excuse not to get the proper shoes, especially it's not 100, it's not 300 bucks, it's not 200 bucks, it's not 100 bucks, which is a lot of shoes are. Talk about 30 bucks for a Copa Mundial, leather, Adidas, fold over tongue, quality, durability, and there's no excuse not to have a pair. Not only do we have a pair, we have a backup pair. This is his backup pair now. So if anything goes wrong with this, he has a backup pair. But he's actually, what happens is when he has a backup pair, there's always, if there's enough people, one shoe's gonna break, their shoe's gonna break and they don't have a backup pair. And usually Hero's backup pair becomes their backup pair, whether it fits them or not. It's better than a shoe whose sole already split, which is better than bare feet. But the point I'm saying is that there's no excuse at $30. I mean, look at this. This thing is heavy duty. Yeah, actually it is heavy compared to this. This one's very light because this is synthetic, but this is, you could tell that this is probably why this thing is cheap, because it is pretty hefty, but that's because of, look at all that rubber, that leather, that quality. And yeah, it's not as light, but you're not gonna notice it that much. And Hero loves leather because he said it feels like punching with boxing gloves versus that bare knuckle sensation. And I know most people like that. When people say bare knuckle sensation, it's not a good thing. It's a painful thing. And he loves the feel of leather better, especially when he gets stepped on. I mean, it's normal that you're always gonna get stepped on. When you're playing, it'll happen, and it's much better when you're being stepped on when your shoe is leather versus some of the material that is synthetic, because they're very thin and for the purposes so it'll be very light. So what is my favorite part is this stitching right here. This is you don't have to worry about the sole separating, especially this part, because of that stitching. And this suede over here, suede, however you pronounce it, is a nice touch. It will give you a nice touch on the ball. The leather will give you a nice touch on the ball. I mean, I almost want to get, for 30 bucks, I almost want to get another backup pair just in case. But the only problem is that they don't last that long, because I mean this part is stitched, no problem, but what about this part over here? So after 2 years, it's not practical. That this glue that keeps this together will definitely be falling apart, and this rubber is going to be falling apart after 2 years. I mean, he's had shoes for 5 years, and that's just kind of the normal thing. So it's not really practical to be doubling up and expect it to last instead of four years because you've got 2 pairs of shoes. No, they're both only gonna last 2 years because they'll self-destruct after 2 years. So as much as I would like to take advantage of the good deal, there's always good deals in the future constantly. And after he's done with this, after 2 years, we'll just get another pair for 30 bucks. So check it out. Check out the quality. We're gonna do a play test on this. We're gonna do on feet on this. So he's going to be loving wearing these, and he's gonna keep pressing on the advantage, because right now, because of the summer weather coming up, summer over here is, what is it, March, April, May. Even now it's getting dry, that he's going to have such a huge advantage because he's going to have better grip. And the best part also is that his FG shoes are not going to be destroyed, and their spikes are not going to be destroyed because of the hard ground. Instead, we're going to be using these rubber studs, which are not going to be destroyed by the hard ground. So let me know what you think. Let me know what your comments are. I mean, there, like I said, if you're in the Philippines, there's no excuse not to have a pair of turf shoes because the ground is so hard, it's so dry, and of course they're not gonna water the ground for you. That's just not how it works here in the Philippines. They're just you would think you would just water the ground and turn on the sprinklers, and this is the Philippines. There are no sprinklers. But the good news is there are turf shoes. Adidas, leather, stitched on, less than 30 bucks. Go out there, run, don't walk, and get some at bootcamp.com.ph before sizes run out. Anyway, if you enjoyed that review, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, give us a comment. Happy New Year, everyone, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog. This is Bebo Only. Ex favilla nos resurgemos. From the ashes we rise. Excelsior.